Before Adam Driver was the first announced cast member of the reboot of Star Wars, taking on the role of Kylo Ren, who follows in Darth Vader's footsteps.
And I will finish what you started.
Before Adam Driver would become the founder of Arts in the Armed Forces, a non-profit that performs theater for all branches of the military, both in the United States and abroad.
Back down the driveway, car door slamming, ignition grinding, wheels screaming, placard disappearing, sound disappearing. No sound.
Before their famous video Michael McCrudden made on Adam Driver would include a giant error. Let's take a look to see if you can spot it. Outside of singing, he had a bit of a hard time fitting in. This was a town of football players and cheerleaders, so Adam took on the role of a misfit. Okay, so yeah, that was a photo of the Sandy Hook shooter. My bad. Huh? Were misfits but went in completely different directions. For Adam to escape his sheltered and religious upbringing, he joined the Marines. There he fell in love with the brothership, the hierarchy, and the sense of purpose. The danger he witnessed also allowed him to explore his humanity and opened up his eyes to his deep passion to become an actor. Now just for the record, Adam Driver isn't the type of dude who does all this for the fame. Just watch how Stephen Colbert totally freaked him out.
You're a star! Everybody out of my way, it's Adam Driver!
Yeah, just like that.
What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCrudden, documenting the life and career of Adam Driver prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. Now this update has been about 2 years in the making because the first time we made it there were a few errors. Well, we're cleaning up everything on this channel and making sure it's all spick and span. Also, there's a few other people from the Star Wars universe that we could certainly get a video done on. We could do a Kylo Ren before they were fiction, or how about a before they were famous on Mark Hamill. Let us know if some of those suggestions work for you or who else you want us to document in the comments down below. Also, after I film this video, I'm gonna go see The Last Jedi. So let me know what you thought of the film in the comments you know where. Adam Driver was born on November 19th, 1983 in San Diego, California. This childhood photo made its way onto the web with him and a young Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford. Sadly, this is the work of one talented Photoshop artist. His ancestry includes English as well as Dutch, German, Irish, and Scottish. His mother, Nancy Wright, is a paralegal from Mishawaka, Indiana, and his father, Joe Douglas Driver, has deep roots in American South. He's from Little Rock, Arkansas, and he is a preacher. He also has an older sister named April. Now during his youth, his parents divorced, and him, his sister, and his mother, well, they returned to her hometown of Mishawaka, Indiana, where she remarried his stepfather, Roger G. Wright, who is a Baptist minister. Naturally, this led to Adam living a pretty sheltered and religious childhood, with him stating, "I grew up in church and did a lot of singing at choir and a lot of choir at school and playing the piano." But he was also rebellious. The dude got crappy grades and was grounded a whole bunch. He has described himself as a misfit. Fond memories include him climbing a radio tower and starting fires. The city's 3 high schools have won a combined 11 state championships since 1920, but Adam wasn't big on athletics. He did, however, start up his own variation of Fight Club, inspired by the movie.
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
He stated they had a big grassy field behind fucking Celebrations Unlimited, an event space that people rent out to get married or whatever, and we would go out there in the middle of the night and beat the shit out of our neighbors. There was a guy that rode by in a bike one time. He said, "What are you guys doing?" So I fought him. Alright. His living situation at home was no escape. He was paying his mother and stepfather $200 in rent and was forced to buy his own appliances, including his fridge. He wasn't doing too much with his free time except hanging around McDonald's. Adam had performed in some school plays while attending Mishawaka High School, and when he graduated, well, he decided to apply to the famed New York's Juilliard, but he didn't get in. He then decided to just make a go for it and move to Hollywood, but then his car broke down in Texas and he had to pay to get it fixed. And by the time he'd counted all his money, he only spent a few hours in Santa Monica before he had to get back home to Mishawaka, because he was broke. He told Rolling Stone it was really embarrassing. "Actually, I had to say goodbye to my friends and family. Like, so long guys, I'm out of this shithole town, on to something." Literally like 4 days later, I was moving back in with my fridge. From there he was selling vacuums and was a telemarketer for a basement leaking company, and he would cut some grass while trying to figure out what his future career path was. A fight with his stepfather resulted in a suggested option of him joining the Marines, which Adam slowly started to consider.
I joined a few months after September 11th, feeling like I think most people in the country did at the time, filled with a sense of patriotism and retribution, and the desire to do something, that coupled with the fact I wasn't doing anything.
Adam liked the Marines. He trained at Camp Pendleton in California and was surprised to find that military life suited him extremely well. He appreciated the hierarchy, the order, knowing where he stood, and when he entered a room.
One of the things I'm most proud of having done in my life. Firing weapons was cool. Driving and detonating expensive things was great.
During a training exercise, his group was accidentally the target of deadly white phosphorus and was saved only by the direction of the wind. This experience made Driver immediately aware of two things. He thought, I'm gonna smoke cigarettes and I'm gonna be an actor when I get out. He never turned to cigarettes, but he did follow through with the acting. He served 2 years with the Marines and was eager to be deployed to Iraq, when he then injured himself in a mountain biking accident and was honorably discharged. The news that he wouldn't be joining the platoon was devastating, and he was then forced to return to civilian life, which he had a hard time adjusting to and carried guilt that he didn't finish his service. Back home in Indiana, he was working at a warehouse. He then went to the University of Indianapolis, enrolled in theater for 1 year, and during this time he also booked a small commercial. Speaking of this, he said, "I just remember we ate a lot of pizza and I got really sick." Only the most profound quotes you'll find here on Before They're Famous. Adam had decided to give Juilliard another try, and this time he was accepted, so off to the Big Apple he would go.
I was a Marine. I knew how to survive. I would go to New York and become an actor, and if things didn't work out, I'd live in Central Park and dumpster dive behind Panera Bread.
He began studying in 2005. Now a typical day for students here goes as follows. Classes run from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. They start with movement at 9 a.m. Then they get into masks at 10:30. Let's take a quick look.
Everybody puts on a mask and everybody gets up together.
After lunch at 12:30 they move on to speech, at 2:30 they do voice training, 3:30 is scene study, 4:30 is singing, and 7 p.m. is rehearsal for whatever upcoming play they were working on. Which sounds a little like the military to me. Now one of his professors, Richard Feldman, described Adam as intense and was viewed by his peers as being odd and aggressive, and on top of this, well, there was one performance he gave where he made a whole lot of people cry. He sounds like a bit of a weirdo, but there he also met his future wife, actress Joanne Tucker. So, at least someone liked him. He once slept for several weeks in a paint storage room on the roof of Juilliard in preparation for a role in which he felt the character needed to feel isolated. On most other nights he was staying in his uncle's one-room apartment in Hoboken, New Jersey, and he would also work waiting tables. When he would catch up with his military buddies, they didn't really understand what the hell he was doing. He stated, "I'm like, yeah, we wear pajamas and we talk about our inner colors. And there was this exercise where we all gave birth to ourselves." And they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" After graduating from Juilliard, Adam began working in Broadway and off-Broadway plays. He landed his first role in the TV series The Unusuals in 2009. He followed that with an appearance on TV series Law & Order and a 2010's TV movie You Don't Know Jack. In 2011, Adam landed the role that would take his career to the next level as Adam Sackler on the HBO series Girls. In a 2013 interview, he stated, "I don't totally get it. I mean, when I read for Girls, I was like, the script says handsome carpenter, so someone else is gonna get the part. They'll have someone handsome, not me. I mean, I'm not in any danger of getting leading man parts." He was the first person to audition for the role and came into the screen test holding a motorcycle helmet, which creator Lena Dunham was highly intrigued by. Plus, he also had the first name of the character, so she was like, this is gonna work. And the two ended up actually performing a scene like together, which when you audition never happens.
That's just fine.
You're joking.
I brushed my teeth. No, it's totally fine.
You're joking about the herpes.
I am joking about the herpes. Yeah, no, I don't have.
The show became an instant phenomenon after its debut, and Adam rode the wave of success to 3 consecutive Emmy nominations for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. His career would continue to climb with his work in 2012's Lincoln and 2013's Inside Llewyn Davis, but the role that would really change his life when he was cast as Kylo Ren in Star Wars The Force Awakens. As for the rest of the story, well, you pretty much know the story because this is Before They're Famous. updated version. My name is Mike McCredden and we make all sorts of celebrity bios here for you on this channel. Let us know who else from the Star Wars universe you want us to document. I'm talking both fictional or like the actors and the real people. We can do either or. Let us know in the comments down below. You can also find me on Instagram or Twitter at McCreddenM. I also have a bit of a cold, so thanks for putting up with me. See you guys in another video.